Welcome to the Boom Bap Kingdom. Yo, peace and welcome to the Boom Bap Kingdom. We're here and we're chilling. I hope you guys are chilling too. I wanted to do this video because it's about VSTs and plugins. Since I've redone my studio, it's more of a hybrid setup. I have some outboard gear, a couple of compressors, limiter, EQ, outboard stuff integrated obviously with the DAW and that kind of thing. When you get into that realm, you start to really kind of understand VSTs and plugins a little bit more from like a mixing mastering perspective. And in the world of outboard gear, there are some very classic pieces like the 1176 compressor, the distressors, but these kinds of pieces of outboard gear are very expensive pieces of hardware. There are alternatives, and the alternatives tend to be VST plugins. VST plugins offer two main benefits. One is recallability. When you have a VST plugin in your DAW for a particular mix that you're working on, if you bring up that project, you have recallability. Everything just snaps into place. The faders, the levels, everything is right where you left off. So VST plugins offer recallability where obviously hardware does not. But the other place where VSTs shine is affordability, whereas typically their hardware counterparts are very expensive. But VST plugins give you the opportunity to have the hardware at an affordable price. That brings us to today's conversation. I've been waiting to see if anyone was really going to talk about this. I haven't seen in the hip hop production community anyone really talking about this, so I decided to talk about it today. Teenage Engineering has decided to create a plug-in version of their famous OP1 field synthesizer keyboard sampler. At first glance, that really sounds like a dope idea. Me personally, I've always been curious about the OP series, the OP1, the OP1 field, the OPXY. All of these things, by all accounts, are supposed to be phenomenal and super capable and do fantastic things, you know, with the resampling and the tape mode and all of this cool stuff. And now they're creating a plugin for the OP1 field that you can actually run in your DAW and have all the features and benefits and supposedly the sonics of the OP1 field. And at first glance, this sounds like a great thing. Now, when we look at the OP1 field hardware, the hardware is $2,000 US. Okay, I don't know personally if it's worth that kind of budget, but that's what they charge for it. What brings me to this discussion today is Teenage Engineering plans to charge the same amount of money for the plugin that they charge for the hardware. We're talking about it could be as high as $2,000 for a VST plugin. At first, I was very excited, like, oh snap, okay, I will give this a try, because plugins typically are very affordable. Now, I will say some plugins will charge you a monthly fee, like almost like a membership or an access fee. I don't get into that, and I wouldn't use those types of plugins. The types of plugins I choose, it's a, you know, you pay one price. I wouldn't do the membership thing, but $2,000 for a plugin is, I don't know. I think it's insane. Now, I've always had issue with Teenage Engineering's pricing, how they value their products. They also announced their field system, and if you noticed, they adopted the old Akai paint job strategy and painted it black. but it's literally the same exact hardware. There's no difference to the hardware whatsoever. Firmware all the same. The OP field system, the TP7 audio recorder, the TX6 compact mixer. They have the CM15 condenser microphone included in that, as well as the OPXY sampler itself. Teenage Engineering is always, I know they have a cult following. By all accounts, their stuff sounds good. I do have a KO2. I really do like the KO2. Sonics are great. I haven't really jumped deep into the 2.0 firmware. And I think the KO2 is priced very fairly for what it is and what it can do. So I don't understand their pricing when they create a plugin that is going to cost basically 2,000 US dollars. It supposedly has the same exact features as the hardware, but $2,000 for a plugin is extremely excessive. The reason why I brought up the monthly membership costs for certain plugins is because over time you could reach or exceed that $2,000 and not even realize it if you're paying X amount of dollars per month for a plugin. I really didn't know what to think about that. I didn't know if the user community thought that it was even worth that kind of money. You guys need to tell me, is the OP1 field that dope where the field or the XY from Teenage Engineering, are these things really that dope? Are they worth what the asking price is? And then to have a VST plugin in a world where plugins are typically significantly cheaper than the hardware, will it be worth what they're asking? I need you guys to tell me what you think about Teenage Engineering and their $2,000 plugin. Is that something you're interested in? Do you use their OP1 field? Do you use the OPXY? If so, why? Do you guys think those machines are dope? Do you think the plugin is going to be dope? I'm really, really curious because I can't really wrap my head around a $2,000 plugin. Get in those comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if Teenage Engineering is just price gouging the customers or if it's really worth it. I'd love to hear from you guys. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'm going to leave you guys with a BBK salute. Peace.